Hey everyone, this is Weston with the Geekly Grind. Today we're going to be doing a review of the Mobius gaming headset by Audeze. Audeze is a company known for planar magnetic headphones, usually on the higher end. This is their first foray into a gaming style headset. Let's get started with what comes in the box. We have our headset. We have our addition of a microphone. I really like the fact that it pops out of there. It makes these a lot easier just to bring around with you on a normal basis without having that microphone attached. We have a auxiliary cable that also has a mic line so that you can use it on other interfaces. You have a USB Type-C to USB Type-C. I love that they've included that. I also love that they have that USB Type-C instead of the standard micro USB. And then they also have the USB Type-C to the USB Type-A for your more standard PCs. In addition, we also have our carrying case here, just a pretty lightweight little carrying case, and then obviously some manuals. The overall comfort of the headphones themselves, I find them actually quite comfortable. When I first put them on, you can see that they have these nice plush ear cups here, and they're very well hollowed out here. My ear fit perfectly in there, and I have medium to large size ears, for better or for worse. And when I actually put them on, these ear cups felt a little bit thin, a little bit small. However, I wore them for probably 2 or 3 hours, pretty consistently, and it never got tired. My head never got tired of them. They do have a nice clamp to them, so they do stay on the head really nicely. At the top here, we have a little memory foam pad. I have a lot of hair on my head, and this did feel a little bit hot after a little while. I had a little bit of a hot spot where I was feeling that pressure kind of pulling down, but honestly, I was wearing them for a couple hours, and that's not too bad. So overall, very, very good comfort level on these devices here. The build quality is very, very good. Let's go ahead and take a look at the controls. This is where it can get a little bit overwhelming. Honestly, by the end of my session, I was really starting to get a handle on it. But if we look here, we have our 3D button. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Our mic input, our data power selector cable here. We have this connector for that auxiliary cable again. Then we have our mic level and also our headphone level. Both of these buttons actually double as controllers for other things by clicking them in there. So additionally on the side, we have our power button and also our mic mute button. So now let's go ahead and talk about sound. And it feels like Audeze was going after the market coming from maybe a cheaper set of gaming set headphones, and they wanted to maybe up their sound game a little bit more. I think this because while these headphones aren't as good as some of the other offerings from Audeze, that are the more expensive offerings, I should honestly mention, these are very, very good sounding headphones. Extremely, very crisp, natural sounding highs and lows, very, very tight in the bottom end. It makes me enjoy listening to music. And if you've never heard a set of planar magnetic headphones before, you're really going to be blown away by the reproduction. One of the great advantages to this planar magnetic style headphone is that they have extremely low distortion, if not any distortion at all. And that's kind of that crunchiness that comes when you put too much volume on a set of speakers. In addition, I can tell that Audeze spent a lot of time with this new style technology, this 3D imaging technology that they've been using. Essentially what this does is if you imagine a speaker being in front of you and you turn your head from side to side, obviously the speaker that's coming at the sound waves coming at you from here, the sound, as you turn your head, your right ear is going to pick up more sound than your left ear would, and if you turn your head the opposite direction, obviously your left ear is going to get more sound than your right ear will. Now these headphones mimic that very natural occurring process that we have when we're listening to a normal set of speakers, and it does it very, very well. In my opinion, it's kind of a trippy experience wearing headphones, feeling as though you are listening to a speaker that is in front of you. I did find the effect to be really interesting and really unique. Outside of that 3D imaging software that they have set up. They have a 7.1, a high quality, and then also your standard stereo. I did find it to be a little bit easier to track my targets, to track sound in the stereo mode. However, in the 7.1 mode, it really gives an ambiance to the game that you're playing. You feel like you're in that environment. And watching movies with these things, if you're in a big explosive scene, these really deliver on that feeling. However, if you're in a little bit more intimate scene, two people talking to one another, it feels not quite as believable. It can take you out of the moment a little bit, in my opinion, but still very cool sounding. So again, this whole 3D experience is really fun. It provides a lot of options for you, whether you are listening to music, watching movies, or playing games, and you can click between the options. In addition, they have some presets for you if you want to listen better to footsteps or ballistics. Usually in games, I'm not having to listen usually I can hear the ballistics, the gunshots going on or off. And they have a bunch of different settings that you can actually control via this headphone button here by clicking and then adjusting the scroll wheel. By clicking and holding on the microphone input, it'll actually switch from 7.1 to high quality to stereo. So it's pretty easy on the fly to do that. I did find it a little bit cumbersome when I'm looking to switch between those modes, because you have to hold it for a little while in order to make that happen. But even still, it wasn't too bad. In addition, obviously we have our little microphone here. The microphone will simply plug in here to our headset. It actually is quite mobile and movable and bendable. And what I was observing online is a lot of people were saying they were having trouble with that breathing sound that you get in here. And really what I was finding, having this microphone directly in front of your mouth is not the way to use it. Usually you want to put it right on the corner of your mouth, and then you will no longer have those heavy breathing sounds from the nose or from the mouth. I also found this microphone sounds really nice. It cancels out the sound in the rest of the room extremely well. So I was very happy with that. You know, living at home with a family, with kids running around. Before my last setup, you could hear somebody doing the dishes in the background, you could hear the kids screaming, and now all of that is very minimized. And that's also due to the fact that they actually have a noise gate processor that's inside of here. Now, that noise gate will only click on or off depending on the volume that you're speaking at. So if you're a really low talker, you might have trouble with that, but most people are not going to have that issue at all. And it's just going to be a positive experience for most individuals. Very easily to remove and to add it back in. I love that feature. That makes these headphones much easier to take on a plane or anything else. They are not noise canceling, and I'm kind of okay with that. I don't care much for that noise canceling business. I think it kind of messes with the sound and plays tricks with your ears and the music. But some people who maybe are traveling a lot and they want a set of noise canceling headphones, these are not the headphones to get. They do isolate a little bit, but there are plenty of other cheaper sets out there that isolate quite a bit more. Again, that's not something that I'm super worried about. Last word on the sound. These are closed-backed headphones. I am a huge fan of open-back headphones for listening to music. These ones here reproduce a really wide soundstage extremely well, and I'm very happy with the quality here. So let's also talk about connection types here. There's a wide variety available. We obviously have our kind of our analog connection here with the microphone as well. We have our digital connection here with the USB Type-C and the USB Type-A connectors. I'm a big fan of the physical connections. You're going to get a better quality sound. However, these headphones are Bluetooth 5 enabled. So, you know, you're going to get a very long range with that Bluetooth 5, assuming that the device they're connected to supports Bluetooth 5. If you have a PC, then you're going to probably need to get some kind of dongle or some kind of adapter to work with that Bluetooth 5. If you are running these, playing music off of a Mac, most Macs these days have that Bluetooth 5 in those devices connected to a phone. Most flagship phones these days have, again, that Bluetooth 5 connected as well. So that shouldn't be much of an issue. I love the variety of connection types that you can use on these devices, they really haven't left anything off the table. So yeah, if you're somebody who's looking for a great set of high quality headphones for gaming, listening to music, and watching movies, this set will not disappoint you. It's also feature rich, has 7.1 surround sound, all the controls you need right on the left ear, and a mic so you can talk to your friends. It's a spectacular package. It does require some commitment though, $400 price tag. You're really paying for that Audeze name and quality, but if that's what you're looking for, then this is probably the right set of headphones for you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you learned a little bit more about the Audeze Mobius, and happy gaming.